here if you're Heretics going up against OpTic Gaming. It all starts with you have to start off strong in game one, right? Your hard point, you have to come out the gate all guns blazing. You can't start slow. If you do, this is going to spiral out of control and it will be a 3-0. And I think they know that. They've just experienced exactly that against FaZe Clan. They can't let that happen again against OpTic Gaming. And to the point, I really don't think maps matter, right? We're talking about a team in OpTic Gaming where you look at those 4 players and you say, yeah, all right, they're some of the best in the world. They've all been dubbed the best player in the game at some point throughout their careers. Yes, okay, maybe they haven't had as much success as they would have liked so far here in World War II, but this is still a dominant team.
Of course, and folks, you really need to think about what's at stake for Heretics at this point coming into this pool. Not getting that first win against the United is just so massive when you look at the competition in this pool. It's just, what can Heretics really do at this point? They need to be able to get back-to-back wins here to even be considering any deep run, Revan.
Yeah, I think all things considered, this is going to be a good experience for this lineup. You know, just being able to play against this level of talent on this kind of stage. I mean, they've never played on an MLG main stage before, so this is the first time for them, and I think it's going to be good for them. Like I said, it's a learning experience. They're only going to improve from this matchup.
Yeah, you know, Miles, one of the things is if you do make it out of that open bracket, I don't think that this is the pool that you wanted to be seeded in.
You really wanted to be in that pool when everyone's got like 2 losses and a win to the name aside from Rise. But look, man, you get the cards you dealt with and they have to play that. They just need to have fun. They need to enjoy themselves.
Here's the one good thing, though. Revan kind of touched on it. You're going to get so much experience playing against, the likes of OpTic Gaming, FaZe. You still have to play against Era. You played a struggling United. You took that to a game 5. Let's say they do ultimately fall into, losers round 1 or even losers round 2, you're going to be in fantastic shape to potentially make a run in that losers bracket, cause some big upsets. But as you can see, game number 1 now officially underway. We're going to London Docks for hardpoint.
Yeah, we're watching Lucky from Heretics. This is the guy Clayster was talking about after their matchup. Definitely one of the key players to look out for on this Heretics lineup. And let's see what they could bring against this OpTic Gaming lineup.
I can tell you had a phenomenal series as well against FaZe Clan, so he didn't slow down. So expect big things from this young man. Currently kicking things off at 2-0, but it's OpTic Gaming with the early time, 12 to 5 point lead. Lucky tries to find a kill on the hill. Not gonna happen. It's Crim that finds the pick.
And Methods is actually a player I know a little bit about. He used to play for that Giants Gaming lineup back there in Modern Warfare 3. Met him once at an EGL event. Good to see him still sticking around and playing, but it's Heretics off to a slow start. OpTic Gaming, they're gonna go up by about 25 points. You still see Crim6. This is the guy to look out for OpTic Gaming. He's been playing lights out so far this event.
You mentioned Methods. Methods actually just got a key kill there against Formal back bust. So trying to think about those spawns for the second hard point, but it's gonna be Karma that now goes for a bit of a late push. Again, Methods is still there, has a supportive journey here. So early on this next rotation, it should be good for Heretics to get a little bit of control of the spawns. No one in the hill just yet because they know how important that kill could have potentially been. But Formal, he wins the gunfight.
Yeah, so important for Formal to stay alive. And because he stays alive in the back, it allows Crim6 working with Karma to push through the middle map through gate. And now they're putting pressure on Nicole. This is going to start to force Heretics to spawn out. You see them over near the water side of the map. And it's a long rotation back into the hard point. But Sukri and Lucky are trying to make the kills happen in their favor. But they just don't have the support. And now with less than 30 seconds remaining on this current hardpoint, you got to start thinking about the next one.
That's the problem, right? You mentioned it, you spawn so far out. By the time you make that long journey back, you see, oh, there's only 30 seconds left on the hill. What do we do? Do we push one final time, potentially win, and then just get the scrap time? Or do we rotate and try and set up early? As you can see on their mini-map, they're going to have to give up that time, and it's a great start for the green wall. 72 to just 8 points of Heretics. But Heretics, they have set up on the new hill.
Yeah, so they have early positioning to work with, and now they need to get these kills in transition. And this is a big hill for Heretics. Obviously, you can see that they're down by around 80 points right now. So if they're able to get a full 60, we say it like it's an easy thing to do. It's definitely not, but that's how you start it off. You get 3 down for OpTic Gaming. You know where Karma is. Should be an easy kill. Now you want to push out of the hardpoint, right? And start to get your ideal setup going and try to get another wave of kills under your belt.
Yeah, you can see Lucky just waiting for anyone from OpTic Gaming to push. They've done well to hold the early time, but now they need to continuously slay out OpTic Gaming. Not a task which is easy for many teams in the world to do, but for now, Heretics are doing it. Lucky really leading the charge here at 7-6 on a 2 streak as well. Streaks here as well. Be massively influential to changing this game.
Oh, if he was able to get that kill on Scump, you figure he would have been able to earn those streaks, but trying to use the window to his advantage. And now once you lose that forward position inside the hardpoint, it's all about playing the contest game. It's actually going to be Sukri. He pushes in, takes out Crim, takes out Scump with no support behind him. It's going to be Formal now for the contest. Turns around, Formal does pick up the kill, but take a look at the time. As Lucky gets the trade, we're now starting to think about this upcoming hardpoint over in Beer.
The problem is, for Heretics, Karma's gone on a big rotation. You should be able to find one, at least in the back, and stays alive. That's key. Didn't stay there for the fight. Knew, let me just play my life, wait for my teammates to get in position to trade, and realistically, Karma now all by himself, and Heretics may need to actually just try and force him out. Now the support comes in the form of Formal. He drops. Karma still alive, though, trying to get any kills he possibly can, but it is up to Gaming with a favorable spawn.
I mean, look, you could give Karma all the flack you want for not putting up the stats, but that's the kind of play that does not appear on the scoreboard. Him staying alive in the back, getting his team spawns, even though they don't win the engagements going into the hardpoint, you love to see that play coming out of Karma. And take a look at Heretics. They were down by around 80 points, now coming right back into the game.
Yeah, they're making it relatively close. Karma almost had to spawn one teammate there, but Heretics won the following gunfights and the engagements, forcing OpTic Gaming once again to spawn out. It's going to be Sukri still on the hill. Lucky thinking about potentially roaming. 17 seconds left. You got two players from OpTic Gaming right in front of you. Thank you very much. That's Formal. That's Karma. And now Heretics, Revan, they're making this a game.
Oh, definitely, for sure. And time's starting to wind down. OpTic Gaming, because this hardpoint's still active, they're now having the unfavorable spawns. But Methods stealing the minimap. There's a player right next to him. This is exactly what Krim wants to do. New hardpoint pops up. That means new spawns. He's going to pick up the kill inside the hardpoint, gets the capture point, so he's got a good head start to some streaks, and he finds the follow-up kill on the Lucky.
That's wonderfully played from Crim6. Patience. And also finds the kill as well, but it looks like it's going to be back and forth. Current score 98-75 for OpTic Gaming. They have them exactly where they want them, spawning up top. They can get a player in fire. OpTic should be good to just continuously slay out Heretics until they spawn even further out. But Heretics, to their credit, they're breaking into the hard point. Once again, it's going to be Sukri, but Karma finds himself a double, looking for more. Not going to happen. Scump there for the trade, though. And OpTic still with control of the hard point.
Yeah, Heretics are doing a great job making sure that OpTic Gaming don't ever take control of fire. So that way they're able to consistently and constantly reinforce inside the hardpoint without having to worry about anyone from OpTic shooting them in the side and peppering shots on them, weakening for the challenge inside the hardpoint. But always thinking ahead. Next hardpoint coming up, we're going to start the rotation over again, moving back over the statue, and as it stands, it's going to be OpTic Gaming with around a 45-point lead.
Which, if you consider how this game started, I mean, if you're a Heretics fan or a Europe fan, exactly that, right? Not too bad at all. They were able to just claw their way back into it. Of course, it all started on that third hardpoint, and with a little bit of experience now of how OpTic Gaming are playing this map, potentially we could see it get a little closer. The kills seem to be in their favor. They've pushed out the hardpoint. Lucky doing a good job of just slaying outside that hill. 17-4, currently on a 3 streak. Again, streaks could be absolutely massive here, Revan, for the likes of Heretics.
Honestly, I was about to bring up that same point. You know, we've seen Lucky go on these sprees throughout the game where he's gotten so close to earning those streaks. You really want to slow down your game, you know, start to slow it down, play some corners, let OpTic Gaming push up and try to catch them coming off sprint. These streaks could aid them coming back and possibly even taking the lead, but as soon as we start talking about it, Lucky falls. No streaks earned from Heretics just yet, but we've had a lot of players get close to earning them.
Now, this is the key here for me, Revan. Heretics on the first rotation, they went for that early rotation to second hill. They had positioning, but they didn't win the ultimate gunfights. It was Formal that broke through and gave OpTic Gaming the advantage. They cannot allow that to happen again because that's what spiraled the game out of control. Now look at the minimap. It could be happening all over again. Lucky in a big gunfight at back, but Formal wins it. OpTic Gaming once again with the advantage.
Yeah, don't agree with that challenge there from Lucky. He's all alone, no support coming. You saw on the minimap, his teammates just coming off respawn. They spawned outside docks on the water side of the map. Lucky should have held this back box and waited for his teammates, and that's a clean wipe. All 4 go down for Heretics. OpTic Gaming know exactly what's up. And take a look at where Karma's positioning. He's blocking the spawns over near the cold side map. This forces Heretics to spawn over near water, and now we have streaks on the side of OpTic Gaming. They're starting to run away with this game, Ben.
Yeah, that's the key. Once again, this second hardpoint in the second rotation, it spirals out of control for OpTic Gaming. Krim with full streaks and a minute 44 hill time. He's had a phenomenal game at 21-14. He's going to stay in that hill, and you know, if you are OpTic Gaming, you can afford a little bit of a late rotation, but Heretics, this is where they brought the game back in the first rotation. They were down by about 60 points and were able to make it somewhat competitive as they headed over towards that final hill, but Formal doing a good job again, slaying in bid.
And this time around, OpTic are playing tighter together on this rotation. You see Crim6, he's going to be playing all the way around water. They have the coal side spawns. They're going to get the scrap time. And then once again, as you're saying, it's Heretics. Early positioning on this docks hardpoint. Let's see if they could find these kills and try to get that first wave like they did last time.
Karma late on that rotation, of course, from the old hill. Journey was able to shut him down, so now Karma will spawn with his teammates, but Methods picks a double kill up, not allowing OpTic to get close to the hill just yet. So with 20 seconds gone, Heretics doing a good job of just holding on, but here comes that wave of aggression from OpTic Gaming. They look to slay out completely. 3 players go down. It leaves Methods last man alive in the hill. What's he able to do? Nothing. The trade's too strong from OpTic Gaming, and this is what scares me now. With streaks and hill control, Revan, this game could be over.
Yeah, so with the streaks, it's obviously going to stop them from progressing forward into the hardpoint. It should allow OpTic Gaming to get the final 20 seconds, and it should get them a good positioning going into this beer hardpoint. Now, on that Nox hardpoint, one thing that I saw from Heretics both times around is they don't really play with the windows too well. You saw Methods, you saw Lucky. They love the challenge out of the doorway. I think they need to slow down, play a bit more reserved in that hardpoint, use the window coverage to your advantage.
And it's important you mentioned that as well, because I don't think it's just slow down on that hill specifically. We've seen a couple of the players, get on 4 or 5 kill streaks and not able to lock in those streaks. Slowing down when you're in those situations is so key. We know how important the streaks are, and just for the simple fact that we see Crim fully streaked out, it does put it in your mind that this game is over.
I mean, take a look at the stats that Crim's dropping right now. 26 kills, 17 deaths, plus he's got a minute 55 inside the hardpoint. So when he has all that time, that means that the majority of his kills are inside the objective, and it takes a lot of pressure off the SMGs, right? They can constantly push out the lane because they don't have to sit inside and soak up time. Crim's doing that for him.
And it allows players like Karma to block spawns too. So it just means you're going to get even more time if you're OpTic gaming, and that really has been the case. 25 seconds left here, though, in barrels, and it is Heretics that are controlling it, but surely now the mountain is just going to be too steep to climb if you are a Heretics player, but the kill's still coming through. 17 seconds left. This is now where you need to win these crucial gunfights on rotation.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough from Heretics from here on out because OpTic are only 23 points away from closing it out. If you're on the side of Heretics, you're worried about soaking up the rest of the scrap time, and then you're also worried about winning the rotation over towards the next hardpoint. It's manageable if you have streaks to work with, but you don't.
That's the problem, right? Too many times players from Heretics got close, but yet so far. But Methods is going to break straight in, and there are the streaks. This is still a game, and he decides to pop the glide bomb straight away. Crim, he responds in tune with a fighter pilot. That's 4 players down for Heretics, and unfortunately, it's OpTic gaming with the good spawns as well. Can Scump slay out Heretics once again?
Not only the good spawns, they have a player set up in fire. That's Karma. They have Scump on the staircase. They have a great crossfire setup on the Heretics players as they're pushing back all spawns, but it's the fighter pilot for Methods. Finds 2. That opens us up room, but here comes King Scump. He finds 3. He knows the last player alive is inside the hard point. His teammate Formal takes him out. Scump will wind up falling, but it's OpTic gaming surging in this final hard point here.
And looks good. 20 seconds left. Game is now no longer winnable on this hill for OpTic gaming, but Formal isn't done yet. He pops 2, pulls out the machine pistol. Can he find the 3rd? It's Methods that drops down. He ruins the party, but Scump's still there to trade. And with 8 seconds left, OpTic gaming are within reach now of closing out map number 1.
Yeah, on this crane hardpoint, it's okay to soak up the remaining scrap time because on this upcoming statue hardpoint, you want to be controlling the water side. You want positioning over near that statue side steps, and you want to force Heretics to try to push through that gate alley. It's a nightmare to challenge a player on the staircase, but Heretics are not giving up without a fight. This is what you love to see. Fight till the very last second of the game.
Yeah, they know they could still possibly do it. It's
possible.
Such a tough challenge, and I do want to give props to Crim on his counter streaks there as well. That was so important. We didn't have time to mention it because of the chaos that ensues, but using his streaks almost instantly as Heretics use his keeps that hill so closely contested, but it's Formal on the hard point now. They just need 3 more seconds. This should be GG. OpTic gaming take map 1.
OpTic gaming is able to take it, but Heretics do not allow themselves to be walked all over. We have to note that. I think they did put up a pretty decent fight there. We knew how tough this matchup was going to be for them. They're off to a slow start now that they're inside of the pool. Miles, you're getting to sit here with the bird's eye view. Anything catch your eye?
Well, the thing that caught my eye was that the Spaniards are bringing the game that we never thought they'd be bringing against OpTic. I mean, look, it's tough to get around the fact that OpTic are there for OpTic gaming, and we saw Crim picking up massive kills, Formal as well. I mean, that's a very clean, smooth subby, if you ask me. And between Karma's decision making, it's really tough to get around a squad like this. But hey, man, props to Heretics, giving it the best they had.
I definitely want to talk about that match a little bit more, but want to give a little bit of love to the other streams that are going on right now, to the other matches. We got to talk about some of these other ones. One of the first ones that caught your eye was LG versus Ghost. A little bit of history between this team. Pander and Octane have played together in the past. We saw actually the old LG roster. Pander actually stepped in for that Paris event. Now they're playing against each other in hardpoint.
Yeah, it was quite a closely contested game to begin with. At times it looked like Ghost really had a shot here, but towards the end of the matchup, LG doing what LG does, and they really just started to walk away with this one. But that is not that's not the most exciting piece of information we've got for you at home, is it, Rich?
Oh no, not at all. You know, Miles, just go for it. Go for it.
All right, so Monaco Envy, map number 1.
No.
And yeah, do you want the final score? You just want the final score?
No.
250 to 99.
I don't care what region
Monaco.
you're from. I don't care what language
Monaco.
you speak. The only thing to say is sheesh to that one. But we're going to jump in to our Charlie stream right now. We still have a match underway. Yes, Envy did get 100 point clubbed by Monaco. But let's take a look at Charlie, because this is an important one to look at in Pool C. GGEA Orange putting up a really good fight. They are currently in the lead against Echo Fox. GGEA Orange, one thing to note with this pool, this is kind of the pool that they want to get into. One of the strongest teams to get slotted in. Revan, now they're playing against Echo Fox.
And Echo Fox is a star-studded lineup as well, but I want to talk about Orange for a quick second. So this is a team that, like, they're consistently able to beat, like, all the other amateur teams that they go up against. So, you know, we see them always making it out of open, making it into these pools, and then it's almost like they hit a wall, and they've been unable to get it past it. I feel like it's coming soon. You figure that these guys are getting the reps, they're getting the experience, that it's only a matter of time before they start to break through in that upper echelon of teams.
Here's the flip side to that argument, though, Revan. How long do you have to wait, right?
Yeah.
Because you're right, they've been doing it consistently getting all the way into pool play, but not really advancing it any further. When does come the time where you have to sit down and say, all right, boys, yes, we're good, but we're not going over that final hurdle. Maybe we do need a team change.
And I knew you were going there, and I would hate to see these guys make a team change.
So would I.
Because they're coming up together. And you hate to see a team like that, you know, break up, because you know they're all good friends with each other, and they're experiencing this for the first time. You know, all doing it, you know, pitching in. I always like to preach about teamwork, and I feel like these guys have a lot of it.
I just want to bring up the fact that we had this same exact conversation. I don't even think it was on the desk at the last event. We sat down and we said the same exact thing to each other. So it does kind of, there's a clock on this in my mind. How long is it going to take them to get better? I think they were gifted the pool that they actually do want to be in, and I don't necessarily think, Miles, that they had the start that they wanted to have.
It was still close enough. You know, the Lightning Panthers, they had to play a pretty spectacular series to take care of them again. It was like the London Docks CTF was like 10-2. John, you were there. You got
it was
better
rough.
than I do. It was rough. It was raw. But look, GGEA Orange, they're not out of this yet, and I think Echo Fox is going to be one of the toughest series they have. Again, depends on which version of Echo Fox shows up. After that, though, look, anything can happen. I mean obviously Rise will be in.
Very close as well. GGEA Orange putting up a fight here against Echo Fox, Benson.
Yeah, they are. And I'm quickly looking at that scoreboard. You see Believe 27-16. And you see him as well with 47 seconds of time, 3 streak. If he's able to get streaks towards the end of this game, it could really dictate the pace here for GGEA Orange on a potential comeback, because as it stands, it is still Echo Fox with that lead.
Echo Fox has been able to grab that lead, but guys, it is just about time to switch our attention back to the matchup on main stage. It is Heretics playing against OpTic Gaming. It's time for map number 2.
I'm excited for this one. Very excited indeed, Revan, because Heretics in map 1, there's a few moments I think when they go back and watch that VOD, they say, all right, this is what we could have done. Slowed down our gameplay, guaranteed those streaks, just a few small things, but they're coming out here putting on a good old show, and Methods with the sniper rifle here in round number 1 for Heretics. He's the player that I'd love to just stay on board with, see what information he's able to gain here on OpTic Gaming.
I mean, you figure if there's any map that Heretics have a decent shot at taking off OpTic Gaming, it's got to be the Search and Destroy, right?
Yep.
So let's see what they bring to the table here. Of course, you already pointed out, Method's bringing out the sniper rifle, but it's going to be lucky. Early engagement's going down over near bottom red as the first 2 kills go in favor of Heretics. The sniper rifle missing there, but Journey's there to help out Methods. It's all down to Formal.
I feel like that's one look he's going to go, bro, really? You're going to let me die like that? But it's a 1v3. However, it is Formal that is alive, and we've seen Formal get fantastic clutches. I thought he was going to find 2, but instantly the trade comes through. And it's Heretics that start off strong with the first round win.
Yeah, I love seeing early action go down over near that A-bomb site. A lot of times when you're watching Sainte Marie Search and Destroy, you're just going to see a lot of 4-man pushes from the offense, trying to take early control of that B-bomb site. I love that Heretics decide to spread out the map a little bit, because now in later rounds, OpTic Gaming, they're going to have to dedicate some defensive players to the other side of the map.
So glad you mentioned that. Once you push that A site first round, you have to respect that push in the future of your OpTic Gaming. Curious to see if OpTic maybe try and reply in tune here. Kind of say, all right, well, we see what you're doing. We could do that too. Or if it will be just a traditional B push from OpTic Gaming. And a quick glance at that minimap, it does look like the bomb heading over towards that B side.
And look at the defenses out from Heretics. All 4 players, you know, over near that B bomb site. 2 inside red, 2 at the bomb site. So had OpTic Gaming decided to, you know, go over towards A, seems like they would have gotten a free plant. But here comes the action, and the sky camera's perfect for moments like these.
Yeah, and you saw the nades rain down. That's going to give Heretics all the information they need that it is going to be a B push, and a team kill comes through. It's Formal that kills Scump. They make it a 2v2 though. It was Crim. He finds Lucky. However, Heretics, they have the information they need. They know that bomb is going towards B-side, and Journey picks up a big win there against Formal. That leaves Crim 1v2.
I mean, something that offensive teams could do even more is show early presence over near B and then play the late rotate over towards A bomb site.
Right.
A lot of times when you're making classes for Sainte Marie Search and Destroy, you have loud classes like you see a lot of players using. So on the defensive side, if you want to push back to the other side of the map and try to retake over near the A bomb site, the offensive players are going to hear your footsteps.
Yeah, very, very true. Ray, you see Mountain at all, unless you're, of course, running a sniper class, or you predict the other team to have streaks. Crimp trying to put some shots down with 25 seconds left, though. Look at how Heretics are playing this. They don't want to make any mistakes, no misplays. Don't give Crimp any percentage chance of clutching this, and Honestly, if you're Sukri, you need to be a little careful here, and Crim knows where both players are, so this becomes a little bit more possible base of information, but doesn't have the ammo left in the clip to finish off that kill. Crim pushing through, makes it 1v1 now.
He has time. He could do this. This is definitely doable. Journey's going for the long rotate, too.
This could be a big throw. Bomb goes down. Crim versus Journey. What was once a 2v1, a very winnable round for Heretics. Looks like it could spiral out of control. Now it's ringing around the rosy. Crim, here's it. And Crim gets the 1v2 from what was a once an impossible situation. He makes it look so easy.
And Ben, we've casted that exact moment before. Crim6 is the master at merry-go-round plays like this. Makes the 1v2 happen, and it all comes off the back of that information play. He sees the first player behind the tower, sees him just bobbing up and down. That player does not want to commit to the fight. So what does Crim do? He takes advantage, and he gets maybe a little bit greedy and gets extra area inside the bomb site, spots that player top red, so he gets the information where both are, gets that first kill, immediately goes for the bomb plant. Love the play from Crim.
The key was Journey actually shot from up top as well, so Crim immediately knew, all right, well, he has one of two choices. He's going to drop down or he's going to wrap towards his spawn. Doesn't really have time to do anything else. Plants the bomb. A wonderfully executed clutch from Crim6, and that, of course, now ties up the search and destroy one round apiece.
Love seeing smoke grenades out towards the middle map. Going to block off some lines of sight. And OpTic Gaming, you see it because of that first round. They're adjusting their defensive setup. But here comes Methods pushing through the smoke. And now he's going to wrap these players over near back stables. He can't find the kill. And instead, it's going to be OpTic Gaming. They find two. They now have the man advantage.
Here's the problem for Heretics, though. Look how split they are. Bomb over towards the A side. And it's going to be Sukri. He's over towards B. Now, he can obviously call out, hey, B bomb is completely clear.
They hear him, though.
Start that rotation if you can. But the problem is there's going to be a key gunfight. And I believe it's going to be Scump for OpTic Gaming, who's just watching any potential cross over towards that B site, and realistically with 40 seconds left, if you're lucky and you're not going to rotate now, you're basically saying to Sukri, hey, you got to make a play. You got to find a kill.
Got to make a play. Got to open up the bomb site so that we can get the objective down, and there you go. Takes down Formal. They still have some time to work with as well. Now less than 30 seconds. They're going to try to isolate Karma, but Karma knows that he's getting flanked, so he just commits to one side of the map. He also knew that Scump was playing over near the Archer side of the map. Now they have bomb down, and it's looking like it's going to be an unwinnable round from Sukri. Has a little bit of time to work with and see what he could do. He dies. OpTic Gaming take the round.
And you mentioned it there, Revan. That was just fantastic positioning from the two players of OpTic Gaming, Karma and Scump. Karma recognized straight away, all right, they're going to be collapsing. Let me dedicate myself to one side. I have the support in Scump as well. Scump was hitting the flank, so even if Karma did die, Scump's at least there to trade it. So fantastic positioning for OpTic Gaming to close out that third round. They now have the lead 2-1. And what was interesting to know, again, a Heretics A push. Maybe they're a little afraid of pushing over towards that B side.
You know, it does get a little chaotic, and some teams like to play a bit more structured, a bit more organized, which could be tough to do at that B bomb site. One thing that could maybe help them is if they try to coordinate grenades.
Yeah.
You know, focus the spot either behind the tower or behind the bomb site, and as soon as you hit those nades, just flood in through the bomb site. And here's the try and true B push coming from OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, and you'll see immediately Formal goes down. Sukri had great control. He finds two. Scump falls. Method should be there to trade. It's Crim that falls. Now Karma, a 1v3 almost as quickly as the round had begun. Karma left all on his lonesome. The 1v3, plenty of time for him to clutch, but sadly, for him at least, Heretics know exactly where he is, and it was just a mere moment of time before they hunted him down.
Yeah, plenty of time, but not a lot of room and not a lot of health. And, you know, even though Heretics, we haven't seen them attack B on offense, they've had great defensive holds so far in this game over at that B bomb site. Love to see it from them, and they're going toe-to-toe with OpTic in the search.
Most definitely are. You just want to see them do something a bit different on the attack. They've gone A twice now, and it hasn't really worked, especially that round two. It was just such a late flank that they were waiting for. You really want to see them maybe either be just more aggressive, assert yourself a little bit more here on this round. You're clearly doing well, right? It's a tied game. It's 2-2. You're winning your defenses. You just have to break them all down, win on the attacking side.
Yeah, take a look at the first bloods as well. Heretics winning that battle, you know, 3-1. Still early on in the game, but still early. You like to see that from Heretics. Back into the action, it's going to be Sukri trying to find any information. Spots one over near top red, and look, everybody from OpTic Gaming over near B, this is a perfect time for Heretics to rotate out, go to the other bombs.
And here's the problem. It was OpTic Gaming that were able to get that control almost instantly. That the nades were thrown over, the stuns as well. Heretics just kind of left saying, all right, well, what do we do now? What's the next plan? Luckily enough that they do get a first blood, which with the 4v3 now, if they can use that numerical advantage, they may be able to open up a bomb site.
And Ben, that's exactly why you want to count the utility from the team. If Heretics are kind of, okay, one nade down, two nades down, they know that OpTic Gaming are not going to have a lot of utility if they want to retake any other bomb site. There's Crim. He's able to bring the man advantage to even. He spots another player over near the middle of the map, and with that knowledge, I think he's going to be able to read that's going to be an A bomb site rotate.
You would hope so. And with that kill now, yep,
definitely.
Crim gets the information. He actually sees, look, he's trying to go for that bomb plant, although sees him peek off, and Crim just can buy some time here for his teammates to try and wrap over. Of course, it is Sucri and Lucky left in this 2 versus 3 situation. It's going to be a bit of a tough one to win because you expect to see OpTic Gaming collapse on all 3 sides. Mid-cover dash spawn and, of course, the opposite position spawn. Lucky tries to get away and Crim just teasing him.
He was stuck. I mean, look, if you're Lucky, initially you don't even want to peek that fight on Crim, as Formal will clean up the kill. This is going to be a straightforward round for OpTic Gaming, but Lucky, you want to get that objective down first. There's no reason to challenge Crim because the longer you delay that bomb from going down, the more time you're giving OpTic Gaming to rotate over and get better positioning for the retake.
That's the key. Now, of course, OpTic Gaming still in control, but it's been Heretics looking so good on their defensive holds. Can they do it again? OpTic knocking on the door of that B bomb site, of course. We could potentially see them switch things up here in this round as well. Maybe throw a bit of a curveball at Heretics towards that A site.
Yeah, on these defensive rounds, you're going to see Heretics. They have a good crossfire setup at the B bomb site, and I think if you're OpTic Gaming, if you still want to attack towards B, just get a good nade coordination.
And
but
there you go.
Going to change it up. Love to see it.
Yep, Karma says, hold on a minute. Well, if Heretics are playing so well at B, let's just test the waters here at A. Just kind of tip your toes in and see how deep it is. But Methods with the double and gets a little unfortunate there. It's Journey with the team kill. Karma, it's almost deja vu from his last round. 1v3 as quick as you blink.
Great job from Heretics just changing up the pace, right? They have a player that Sucri pushes right to the B bomb site, doesn't see anything, and then they double stack inside red. It's a good play call coming out of Heretics as once again, they win another defensive round.
Here's the problem. Who's going to win that first attacking round, Revan? And you need someone to do something a little bit different, right? You saw OpTic Gaming, they changed it up there a little bit. We saw Heretics in the previous round. They went from their first 2 attacking A sites. They went towards B. You need to see something maybe a bit more drastic, it seems. I'd love to see Heretics maybe pull out some smoke grenades.
Well, they
maybe
did.
to try and bait out some pushes.
Yeah, they brought out smokes a little bit earlier. They smoked out like mid-map, right? And then they pushed out, collapse on the cut. So it's something that they do have planned. And obviously, I always like seeing smoke grenades used, especially in Search and Destroy, but finally, it's going to be a B-bomb site attack from Heretics. Take a look at OpTic Gaming. They don't have anybody in the bomb site yet.
And they may actually be able to get in there. This is the first time Heretics have been able to establish bomb control early in a round. Scump not able to push all the way through. He's going to rely on Crim up top to try and make an opening. He sees Sucri's gun. That should be a first blood. It is. He's going to have the information, of course, now that Heretics are in towards that B site. Throws out the nade. That's going to get a hit marker on Lucky, and again, gives Crim license to potentially be a bit more aggressive.
He's thinking about it. He knows that Lucky's tagged up. Heard him with the nade. Now going to challenge out, but Lucky with the positioning, and there's Methods with the follow-up. Now more members from OpTic Gaming about to flood in. Spots the shadow, but too late. Lucky is there for the trade. Now it's all down to Formal. 1v2 for him.
But look at where Formal is on that mini-map. This is more than possible. We've seen it do it time and time again. Journey's going to be the first one there, but not going to let it happen. And finally, we have a team break the ice on the attacking rounds, and it is going to be Heretics now with the advantage. A big defensive hold here could blow this series wide open.
Tell you what, Ben, it's about time somebody won a damn offensive round. It's okay if OpTic Gaming don't, have initial control of that B bomb site, but if you're going to be playing for the retake, you have to have good nade coordination. And you saw Crim, he got the tag unlucky behind the tower. What if he had a teammate, coming off their side of the map, also nade that same spot, then Lucky gets taken out, and then you can collapse on the bomb site with the man advantage.
And as we said, it was the first time Heretics were actually able to establish bomb site control early. You saw Scump not really pushing in straight off the bat. And on the flip side, Heretics, well, they're not going to waste any time. Sucri's going to be really tagged up by those nades. He's going to spot one, but there's a player already on the bomb site. It's Karma. He flew straight in, gets the first blood, and OpTic look good now to respond with an attacking round of their own.
I'm not sure if they know Methods is here. He was tagged up. Going to challenge. Wins the engagement on Scump. Doesn't see anyone on the bomb site, but now knows on the minimap. Challenges Formal. Can't win that engagement, but coming around the flank. It's going to be Lucky trying to work alongside Journey. They have to pinch at the same time. He's going to spot one. A little bit of a shaky shot, but yeah, back up. Now your teammate on the other side of the map has to make something happen. You open up room, he gets challenged, he falls. It's all down to Lucky.
Oh, and Journey just didn't need to shoot there. He got a little, maybe too overexcited, if you will. He just had to stay composed, hold your trigger finger. Now it's a 1v2, and it's just not going to be one. And if he played that just a little slower, Revan, you had the perfect collapse come through. That could have been the perfect pinch to give yourself a cushion in the search.
Yeah, the opportunity was there, but good decisive play from OpTic Gaming. Yep. They see the dots on the minimap, and they instantly collapse, trying to isolate one player, and working with the man advantage in that situation, right? You see one player, let's all collapse. 2v1, worst case scenario, it's a 1-to-1 trade.
Right, exactly that. And OpTic Gaming, they respond with an attacking round win of their own. We're all square once again. 4 rounds apiece. What does Heretics have now for us on the attacking side? Last time, OpTic allowed them to get site control. Of course, it was the B push. This time, I don't expect that to happen at all. It's going to be Karma that flies into the site first off, but look at what Heretics have done. They said, all right, well, they're probably going to play B, so let's push A as quick as we can.
I like these guys, man. It seems like every round they've changed something up. Just throwing different looks at OpTic Gaming, and it's tough to get a read on your opponent. And
that's
here we go.
smoke grenade.
Early control of
Yep.
the bomb site once again for Heretics. Waiting a little bit to get this bomb planted. You want to have good post-plant positioning. Player to look out for is definitely going to be Sukri. He's watching the flank.
Here's the problem. They threw that smoke to make sure that they could cross effectively here and try and get that bomb down. But the bomb planter, which was lucky, didn't actually cross. He gets very, very lucky timing, though, on Krim, who was up top. Krim didn't see him cross. Bomb goes down. You now have a fantastic setup if you're Heretics, but instantly a player goes down. Really, it's going to be Sukri, which is the key player. Because you have 2 players right behind him. He gets shot in the back, and what was almost a perfect post-plant setup falls and crumbles before your eyes. OpTic Gaming now at map point.
Okay, timing working a little bit against Heretics there, but if you're lucky, that's the second time Krim has killed you from top red after getting that bomb plant. He needs to now bring out an assault rifle and just play on the barrels behind the bomb site, so that way at least he has some cover to work with to fight Krim 6, because after that bomb plant, you're just giving OpTic Gaming a free kill. That's the second time we've seen that happen.
Or even maybe pull out the second smoke.
Yeah.
Right? You pull out a second smoke, you smoke that cut. Krim has absolutely no vision on you whatsoever. You can take your time, wait for him to potentially stop shooting, and then reload and pull yourself away from the site. But now, of course, it's Karma with streaks. That could be massive and ultimately the deciding factor here in map 2, the Sainte Marie du Mall search and destroy. The crowd now starting to get behind OpTic as well. This may be too much heat for Heretics to handle.
Yeah, I will say Karma has been playing very well against this Heretics lineup. You saw him make some key plays in that first hardpoint, and now, as you pointed out, Search and Trade, he's got some streaks. We'll be able to spot one that's going to be Journey, but they push him. They take out Scump. They know that Karma's body is out. He's out of his body control in the streak, but Karma finds one with the streak. Formal finds one with his STG. Man advantage in favor of OpTic Gaming. They got 55 seconds still to work with, and they're going to go for a rotate.
And that was the absolute right idea there from Heretics. As soon as that streak was called in, the 2 players with Mountain just flew. They knew exactly where Karma had to be. They didn't want to waste any time. Little did they know, however, that Scump was also there, just supporting his teammates. Journey up top. Don't turn on Krim like that. Krim cleans up the kill, and now it's Lucky, a 1 versus 3 to stay in the game.
Those have Mountain on, so they won't hear him, and there you go. He's going to lose the engagement. It's OpTic Gaming. They're going up 2-0 in the series. And, you know, we thought this would be the one game mode where Heretics have a legitimate shot at taking a map away from OpTic Gaming, but they clutch up a big performance from the guys over on OpTic.
Streaks just a little too much there for Heretics to handle, and as you said, John, that could have potentially been the map well, if they were going to win one, it would have been the search and destroy, but Heretics now find themselves 2 maps to 0 down, and now that massive mountain that they had to climb may just become a little too big. Of course, it all started on the London dock hardpoint. OpTic Gaming all of a sudden shifted into a new gear, and they took that one convincingly. Then as for the search and destroy, another very hard-fought battle, but it's OpTic with the lead, 2-0 up in the series. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CWL Atlanta. It's day 2, third game of the day, and OpTic Gaming find themselves 2-0 up against Heretics. But to be fair, Revan, Heretics have shown glimpses of brilliance at times here, but just not been able to close out map 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, look, the odds were stacked against them going to this matchup. Everybody's going to favor OpTic Gaming, especially going up against any of the open bracket teams. But you got to give props where props is due. Heretics came out and they've been battling. Both maps so far, I mean, in the hardpoint, they were down big deficits. They brought it back, and they've made some exciting gameplay as well in the search and straight. But here we go. Flak Tower capture the flag. This is where, you know, their series life is on the line. They lose this one, it's all over.
Could potentially start that reverse sweep. Admittedly, I don't think many people are expecting that, nor myself and probably you, Revan. But hey, we've seen crazy things happen here in Atlanta. This could be another one to chalk up to the list. And as it stands, first 30 seconds gone here in Flak Tower. Realistically, not much happened other than a couple of trades left and right. Both teams still fighting for map control.
Okay, so it's Methods lurking over near Wood. He's going to get cleaned up by Crimson. And you see OpTic Gaming right now spreading the map. They want to make sure they have all their lanes covered and they don't want anybody slipping through. In Capture the Flag, it's so important to take notes of who's alive, who's dead, who's where on the map. So if you have a missing player, chances are he's probably somewhere in your base.
Definitely, especially when you notice yourself all spawning to one side of the map. You're like, hold on a minute, boys. Someone's probably got behind us. And speaking of getting behind enemy lines, Formal. Oh, you sneaky man. Is he going to fire it? Yes, he is. He shuts down Methods and instantly pushes over towards Heretics flag. Needs to be quick, though, because players will be off spawn, and this is going to be important. Look at where the 2 Heretics players are going to spawn. As you see, one is up. That's going to be Journey, as is Methods. So flag has been pulled. It's left to Crim to defend in the base. He ultimately drops up to Gaming. They're coming off spawn. Formal still with the flag, but he hasn't really been able to put any yards on it.
This is just putting a timer on the push that Heretics are making, right? If they can't make anything happen over near the OpTic Gaming base, then Formal can progress up safely across the map. But OpTic, they have everybody accounted for. They know that two are push up over near their base, and now they're starting to get a couple kills. You see Formal starting to push up, but he doesn't have a lot of support. It's Scump from, oh, almost did it to Methods, but can Scump keep this flag running alive? He knows that Methods is tagged up a bit. Nate to follow up. He finds Sue. Nate does wind up getting the kill. Karma's here to continue this run, but it was lucky. He pulls the OpTic Gaming flag right down the middle of the map. He has support from his teammates, and now we're in a stalemate.
And no, look, he actually has streaks as well. The kills and the flag pull. He's playing out of his mind right now, but he needs to make sure that the flag is safe first of all. That's going to be the game plan. It's going to be a glide bomb drops. He spots Karma. Formal actually straight up spawn. He's not going to get killed by this, but Karma does, and almost a double, but Journey's had to kill Scump, and now you basically have yourself a 3v2 pushing in towards OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, fortunately, Krim gets a little bit of spawn protection there to help him out, but it's always worrying when you have your flag carrier go out of bite and call in the streaks. Glide bomb gone, fighter pilot gone, and the push on the other side of the map is almost done. It's Sukri trying to keep it alive. He does wind up getting traded by Formal. The flag does wind up getting captured. Lucky gets the mortar strike. So 2 streaks used, you get a flag cap. I guess it was worth it.
A phenomenal start for this young man on your screen, Lucky. 9-1 and 8 streak. The flag cap as well. He's obviously got himself one final streak to use. If he's able to double down here, that'd be absolutely fantastic for him. 2 minutes 15 still to go, though. OpTic Gaming trail by 1, and Karma with a relatively slow start here at 1 and 6. OpTic, they're going to need to try and turn things around.
All right, it's going to be Lucky on your screen here, and you see the action developing over near the middle of the map. Early deficit faced by OpTic Gaming, but still so early on in the game, as it's going to be Lucky now pushing up the screen. He sees a couple OpTic Gaming members, and he's just waiting for his teammates to push on up. Tags a couple players. That's 2 down for OpTic Gaming. This could be a good push from Heretics. That's 3 go down.
Could potentially be 4 there, but it's Karma that stays alive. Karma actually picks up a big double. Can he find 3? Yes, he can. A phenomenal play from him. Base defense at its finest, and with 1 minute 30 seconds left in the round, I want to throw it to an OpTic Gaming Astro listening.
Back left, mid. Watch out, back left. I need it back left. I didn't hit him back left.
Play on flag. I'm meeting in the flag.
They're mid. Dead.
In the flag.
Holding back left for you guys. You guys can push.
Gonna be on flag.
Mortar.
Flag next to me, guys. On the flag next to me. Need help.
Yeah, I'm coming down.
Push him back base. Lucky. He's in the back room. You went to the back right.
I'll get him.
We can pull. They're spawning like Jen and O wing.
I got one. They're gonna sun gun. They're window right now. Going out front.
One's on our
pushing behind him in. Alright, I gotta run forward.
Look for the gun outside.
He got fucked.
One arm mid as well. Our mid.
Streaks too. Yeah,
he's in our mid.
Yeah, he's outside our window.
Nice one.
Nice big one. He might be mini on top gun.
I spawn right.
Bottom window kind of hurt. Left side. In the corner still. In the corner. Left side. Running
I got him.
We're against enter flag.
Nice.
There's another under me.
Push.
I'm just pushing left. Yeah, start being more
aggressive.
Mid.
Nice, game and good kill.
Go.
That's 3 dead. One first got Methods. First one up Methods.
Get left to me.
I'm coming in.
I'm going low.
You're going low?
One Jen. Fuck, Jen. In Jen. He's on their flag. Hold.
Flag,
one top gun. Hold.
I'm holding their mid.
I'm in their green mat.
Top. One top. Top right now. Got him.
Nice.
Back left, AR. He's He's weak. He's back left.
I'm going mid. I'm going mid. One shot back flag. One shot back flag, guys.
Cool, calm, and collected call-outs there from OpTic Gaming, and they may have themselves a push coming right at the end here. 3 players go down. Scump says, that's the flag. See you later. Make that 4. Crim gets the cut mid-map. OpTic Gaming should be good now to tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, but a great push coming out at the end here for OpTic Gaming, as you're saying. Should be able to tie it up. Formal's here trying to get the chain going on, but he gets found out. I mean, look. That was a great ending push, way to extend the time as well. And you heard the play calls coming in from Crim6 as well. He has a good hold over the C-men, great game sense as well. Love listening to the communication from OpTic.
Yeah, it was fantastic to listen to. And even something as simple as, hey, let's just start playing a little bit more aggressive here, all right? We can maybe a little too passive. Let's try and take the fight straight to this team. And that's exactly what they do. They managed to level things up 1-1 going into the second half. Of course, OpTic Gaming still with the 2-0 series lead. So a win here on Flak Tower would be that end of the series, the 3-0 wipe. And bear in mind, Karma still with a fighter pilot at his disposal. I mean, that honestly could be the deciding factor in this game.
Yeah, could you know, maybe save a flagpole. Yep. I always used to like to say that the streaks you earn allow you to make like one mistake. But on a map like Flak Tower, there's a lot of cover you could take. So normally streaks are used here to either catalyze an offensive push or slow down the opposing flag runner. But it's a great start for Heretics. 3 go down for OpTic Gaming. Methods climbs up the ladder to the top window. He falls. It's going to be Crim playing some good defense.
And that just seems to be the story, realistically, of Heretics so far in this CTF. They'll get 3 players down, but that last player able to just delay the push. We obviously saw Karma do it with a 3-piece. Crim does it again there with a double. You just need to make sure that you're able to get that full team wipe, right? To get that 4 down and you'll be absolutely fine as Karma looks to his left, or Wild Methods just sat there. He says, all right, I'll kill you, don't mind if I do. And this could be the perfect time to use the fighter pilot. In actual fact, he's gonna use it now as well. With 2 players dead, he wants to just try and slice open the Heretics defense. Will he find a pick with it? It's Methods straight off spawn. Took a little bit more damage than he probably expected. And Heretics, they're gonna have to do some base defense.
Okay, Karma and Crim now pushing up, trying to keep this offensive push alive. It's going to be more push coming around the back from Karma. He finds one, going for a second, runs out of ammo, but Crim6 is there for the trade kill. Could get a flagpole here. You see where the members of Heretics are spawning as well. Formal is able to find at least the information of where Methods is located, but they're going to have to slow down this flag run just a little bit. Scump could be playing support as this flag run should be alive.
And the key play right there was Methods. He spawned a little bit further out. He overextended. He managed to get 2 kills as well for his efforts, and now he could be the thorn in OpTic Gaming's side. They may not be able to cap this just yet. Methods looking to try and really put a stop to this flag push completely by himself. There's 2 players in front of him. There's Crim. Is he going to go for the return? He just goes straight for it and gets it. Teammates still there to trade. Flag is out. Journey ultimately falls, but the pressure is still there for Heretics.
And nobody here for the return just yet for OpTic Gaming. This flagpole is still alive for Heretics. They're starting to get a setup going. For initial threat is going to be Karma, but they just give up the return. Still, the more important thing is that Heretics stopped that flagpole from OpTic Gaming. They got their return, and now we're going to stabilize a bit.
And also, let's not forget, Karma used his streak early on in the second round there. So if you're Heretics, you no longer have to worry about it. Streaks of your own would be perfect, but I don't think they have it. No, Lucky, double positive, 19 and 8. Looking to shut down Crim, will do so. Could be more players from OpTic just right behind him. Good anticipation. It's going to be Karma, but unfortunately a little too twitchy there, and ultimately falls, and Karma finds himself another double, this time on the attacking side.
Yeah, it's almost a one-man show from this Heretics lineup. I almost missed that stat line from Lucky, 20 and 9.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Clay said this guy was a beast, but doing this against OpTic Gaming, that is something special. And the big thing for Heretics here is that they've had opportunities to score and opportunities to win in the maps, you know, 2 as well as 3 here.
Yep.
A lot of teams just don't even put themselves in a position where they have the opportunity to take the lead or slay toe-to-toe with this OpTic Gaming lineup. Gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with what Heretics have brought to the table.
Very, very impressed from this Spanish squad, but they need to be careful now not to turtle. No, it's going to be Lucky, pushing straight off spawn, wants to put a little bit of distance there, and that means there's no one going to be able to defend the flag. Crim's going to call that out immediately, and you'll see number 7 spin around on the radar. That's Karma. Unfortunately, the opportunity to potentially pull the flag has passed. He'll have to play passive and try and get another wave of kills.
Especially as his teammates are coming off respawn. Karma just trying to hold the forward positioning for his team so that they can push up and give him that support that he needs to continue to push into the Heretic space. But now it's going to be Sucre. He finds 2, so now it's going to be Heretics pushing up the right side of the map while Karma's still holding the top gun on the side of Heretics. A lot of action going down on both sides of the maps here at both teams' bases.
Oh, Journey needs to be careful. One shot backs away. Needs to wait for a little bit of teammate support. Yes, Scump to his left, Formal to his right. Gets Scump. Can he find anything else? Lucky, though, mid-map wins the fight against Crim. And with Formal pushing, you expect him to win that gunfight, and Formal does just that. And with just over 60 seconds left, we're still all square here, Revan. One flag apiece.
You know, I will say that I think Heretics could do a bit of a better job at spreading out the map and making sure that they have all their lanes covered. You remember the opening, you know, minutes of this capture flag when I was saying that same exact thing about OpTic Gaming. They spread the map, and then they push lanes out together when they have all that information. I think that's one area where Heretics can improve on.
It's a great point, because a couple of times they've relied on one player overextending. Methods did it himself. Of course, he pushes all the way up. He manages to find
he's doing it again right here.
Exactly that. You'll see him try and make that play. Suckery, he's going to get shut down. Methods with one, Journey with another here. So Formal now left by himself. What can he produce? Can he produce the goods when he needs to the most? Stun gets thrown out, but still waiting for any form of a push. And with teammates coming off spawn, OpTic Gaming should be good to defend their flag.
Formal finds one over as many. That's going to be Lucky picking up that kill. And, you know, Lucky in that similar position that Karma was in. Now he just wants to stay alive, maintain this forward position. As you see his team is coming off respawn, he finds Karma going for the flag pull, but now it's OpTic Gaming backing up. Another big defensive hold from them. 15 seconds remaining until overtime.
Can we see a flag pull? It looks if it's going to be anyone, it's going to be Heretics. They recognize they only have time for one push, but Formal with a big opening kill there on Journey could just slow this one down. Methods, if you're going to go, you've got to go now. Scump, he finds the kill, and this one has overtime written all over it. Suckery doesn't even bother pushing out. He's more than happy to see this one go to OT.
All right, so if you're on Heretics, Lucky obviously having an amazing game here, but somebody has to step up and help him out. Methods has been playing pretty well, but, you know, where's Journey? Where's Sucre? You got to have them find their rhythm in this game.
With how passive they just played that ending moment, I'm curious to see if Sucre is working towards any amount of streaks.
I was thinking that too, yeah.
It almost looked as if he was trying to bait out his teammate, maybe just try and play for a kill. I'm unsure, so I would love to see the scoreboard when we can, just see if he is close to anything at all, even if it's just one streak, because it could be a game changer. Sucre, no, not really, just 100 out of 625, so he was just more than happy to make sure that that one does go to OT.
Yep, so starting off overtime, Crim with the team kill on the Formal, so this is early man advantage for Heretics, and in capture flag, the opening break, at times it could dictate the pace on how these rounds are going to play, but Karma's there for the response, so still slow start for both these teams, looking to feel out the other team and establish map control where they can.
And these are places OpTic Gaming have been time and time again, right? You're on main stage, you go to an overtime, you don't expect them to panic at all. My question now lies with Heretics. Are you going to feel the pressure in front of a massive OpTic Gaming crowd? Can you still get the job done here in overtime? It's definitely no easy feat, but no, Crim, he may slow down his gameplay. 380 out of 625 towards a fighter pilot. If he's able to get a few more kills, those streaks, you have to think in overtime especially, Revan, that is going to be the game.
Yeah, I think there's a chance that maybe the nerves might be getting a little bit to these Heretics guys, but if I'm them, you just want to enjoy the moment, right? As all four go down for Heretics, this is a flag pull for Karma. He's going to be running this from forward. Now it's a foot race, right, on the overextension. Journey, he's going to be able to get past, but they have the information. It's going to be up to Scump to pick up this kill. If he can't pick up the kill, then Journey has a shot at the return.
Oh, but there is the kill that comes through. No one else from Heretics able to push past, and now the question is, are they going to give him streaks? Yes, they are. Such intelligent play from OpTic Gaming. Be ironic enough, though, those extra 2-3 seconds came back to bite them.
But, I mean, look, if you're on OpTic Gaming, now that it's the pressure's on Heretics, right? They have to force the action. What you do is you bring out a lot of stuns. So Crim 6 will have a fighter pilot at least to work with, very close to Glide Bomb, as well as that third-tier streak. So Crim just looking for an early kill, but would love to see OpTic stack stuns here and slow down the early push from Heretics.
60 seconds, or just over, is all Heretics have to make a play. You cannot start slow. A good opening, Scump will fall, but bear in mind, Crim still with the fighter pilot. And honestly, at this point, use the fighter pilot, get the extra streaks. That's going to be the game plan, but needs to be careful. I think he just heard a couple of Heretics players pushing through mid-map. His position has now been revealed. As soon as the fighter pilot comes in, you expect to see the push come through. Number 3, he should be able to pick the kill up on Crim. Karma shuts down Methods, so now the fighter pilot has to get a couple of kills. Journey does go down after the quick pull. 40 seconds still left.
And it's all about delaying, right? The time is on your side if you're on OpTic Gaming, and there we go. They're getting the defensive kills in their favor. Formal trying to find one more, and it's Lucky. The man of the hour for Heretics can't get the pistol kill on the Scump as OpTic Gaming, they hold thanks to Crim. Delaying time with that fighter pilot.
You have one push left if you're Heretics, but you have to go, and you have to go now. They're pushing up the map, and it's going to be led by Methods. Once again, pushing out that right-hand side. A big win from Journey. He shuts down Scump, but Methods does ultimately fall. Formal playing base defense, 15 seconds. Karma with the cuts. That's a double kill. Can he make it 3? Not going to happen, but it doesn't matter. Job done. OpTic Gaming, they take the overtime CTF, and more importantly, they take the series, a 3-0 sweep over Heretics.
Yeah, big thing in that game for me was just Lucky slaying out of his mind. Didn't get a lot of help from his teammates at the end.
OpTic Gaming able to come in with the 3-0, but the scoreboard doesn't accurately depict the fight that Heretics put up. Very well played by them. A pretty crazy experience playing up against OpTic on the main stage, but there's a storm brewing right now. There's an absolute storm brewing with these teams that have come out of the open bracket. Yes, we do see OpTic get this 3-0, but that is not the story across all of